Have you ever found yourself walking on eggshells around someone? Maybe it's a family member or a coworker or even a close friend. Their words or actions leave you feeling drained, hurt, or even questioning your own worth. Well, if that's you, you're not alone, and you don't have to navigate this alone either. Today, we're going to explore how to engage with difficult people in a way that honors both your dignity and theirs. Let's look at 5 ways to speak up, set boundaries, and stay true to yourself, even in challenging relationships. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment of any size, even just a few words. Your engagement helps us to be seen by more people who need messages of grace and peace amidst their growing anxiety, stress, and hurry. Just a few seconds of your time can help others see us in their feeds. Thanks so much. Well, let's pause here before we dig into the 5 ways, and I want us to actually stop and acknowledge our own pain. Let's acknowledge the hurt first. We do not want to gloss over any of this. Difficult relationships are painful, whether it's passive-aggressive comments, controlling behavior, or constant criticism. The wounds are real. Romans 12 says, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." Now notice it says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you. That means that sometimes, despite our best efforts, peace isn't fully attainable. And that's not a failure. It's just how it is with some people. We do not control others. They still get to decide how they will act and what they will do. And the good news is that we get to do the same. We can choose to relate to others in healthy ways, even if they do not receive it. So take a deep breath. It's okay to admit that someone's actions are hurting you. Feeling this pain means you're human. And the good news, you're not powerless. You have choices. So let's look at 5 ways you can respond with grace and strength. Okay, let's begin internally. We're going to start with knowing our own value and worth. So before you even respond to difficult behavior, it's good to remember your own value. Ephesians 2 reminds us we are God's masterpiece. Engaging this reality allows some holy confidence to bolster you from within. You can grow to acknowledge your own thoughts and feelings without needing others to affirm them. And you can remind yourself, I am loved by God and my thoughts and feelings matter. Now, this is not Stuart Smalley, and it's not a Band-Aid sized idea. Yes, for some of us, it may take a little time to believe this more deeply, but continue to practice remembering who you are, a beloved child of God, and then let this inform your intentions and your actions. Second, let's set some clear boundaries. Now, boundaries are not walls, they're guardrails that protect your emotional well-being. On his website, psychologist Dr. Henry Cloud says this: boundaries define us. They define what is me and what is not me. A boundary shows me where I end and someone else begins, leading me to a sense of ownership. Knowing what I am to own and take responsibility for gives me freedom. If I know where my yard begins and ends, I am free to do with it what I like. Well, now, as we grow in our understanding of what Dr. Cloud teaches, we can learn to practice clear communication. For example, you could say, I can't continue this conversation if the tone remains hurtful. You're not rejecting the person, you're rejecting the harmful behavior. See how it goes? You get to decide how you will be treated. So set clear boundaries. And this doesn't have to be done with a jackhammer. You can simply state your desire simply and clearly, and even with as much grace as you can muster, which leads us to our 3rd point, which is speak the truth with grace. It's tempting to either explode in anger or remain silent to avoid conflict, but we can be honest without being harsh. You don't have to match the toxicity of the other person. Try using I statements to express your feelings without blaming. I feel hurt when my ideas are dismissed. This is a sample. This invites dialogue rather than defensiveness. The holy confidence we spoke about before can be accessed here to graciously say what you need or what you want. And if you don't feel equipped to have an exchange with someone like this moves us to our 4th idea, which is to seek wise counsel. You don't have to navigate this alone. You can seek out a trusted and wise friend, a mentor, a coach, or a therapist. Sometimes an outside perspective helps us see what we're too close to recognize. A spiritual director can also help you discern how God might be inviting you to grow through this relationship. I have benefited greatly from all of these kinds of people, and I've found more freedom and healing as I lean into my own dynamics. I not only know myself better, but I know how to communicate with others in a more healthy way. And if you don't have access to or you can't afford this type of support, there are so many books written on the topic of boundaries, and Dr. Henry Cloud is a foremost expert on this, so get the support you need. And fifth, let's practice some forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior. It's about releasing your heart from bitterness. You don't have to continue to tolerate the bad behavior of others. You do get to choose not to let resentment control you. Forgiveness sets you free and keeps bitterness at bay, even if the relationship remains complicated. Again, on this one, you might need some support to make your way. The same support I mentioned in Seeking Wise Counsel would apply here. Well, this is a very brief video, and dealing with difficult people is one of life's hardest challenges. But again, don't go this alone. Remember, God is with you, offering wisdom, strength, and connection. By knowing your own worth, setting boundaries, speaking truth with grace, seeking wise counsel, and practicing forgiveness, you can engage these relationships with courage and compassion. And I would love it if you would stay connected here on our Unhurried Living channel. We're seeking to provide you with very practical ways to live in connection with God in your real, everyday relationships and in your influence at work and elsewhere. So, if this video has helped you, please like and subscribe for more soul-nourishing content and share it with someone who might need this encouragement today. You can always go to unhurriedliving.com to engage with us further. And remember, as always, you are making your way forward one small, simple, and gracious step at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content like this, and click the notification bell so you'll know when we drop any new content. I love connecting with intentional people just like you.